Hello everyone! Welcome back to another edition of Bedtime Stories. As you can see here, I am dressed in my pajamas, and today we are going to do Millions of Cats. Now this book is very special to me because it was my graduation present for when I graduated high school. So, this is a story about an old man and his wife suddenly being forced to raise all of these cats, but which one do you think will be the right one for them? As you might know, picking a pet, or any companion animal really, is very, very difficult, and it's a very complicated choosing process for most people. So, as I've mentioned earlier, this is a graduation present for me and my mom. For me from my mom, rather. And this is from last year, and the note she written in there says, Stephanie, sometimes trying to be the most just gets you lost among the hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. When you accept who you are, that is when you stand out and you get noticed. Life doesn't have to be a competition. Let it be your showcase. Love forever and always, Mom. And if my mom is watching this, thank you for giving me this book. I really, really enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it too. This is Millions of Cats by Wanda. I might be pronouncing this name a bit incorrectly. I apologize. Once upon a time, there was a very old man and a very old woman. They lived in a nice clean house which had flowers all around it, except where the door was. But they couldn't be happy because they were so very lonely. Aww. It's sad when you're lonely. See that nice house? It's a small house, but I wouldn't mind living in there. If only we had a cat, sighed the very old woman. A cat? Asked the very old man. Yes, a sweet little fluffy cat, said the very old woman. I will get you a cat, my dear, said the very old man, and he set out over the hills to look for one. He climbed over the sunny hills. He trudged through the cool valleys. He walked a long, long time, and at last he came to a hill which was quite covered with cats. So, this man's going some pretty far distances for his wife. I wonder if you would do the same thing for your spouses, whoever or whatever they might be. Cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere. Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of cats. I wonder who's feeding them. Oh, cried the old man joyfully. Now I can choose the prettiest cat and take it home with me. So he chose one. It was white. But just as he was about to leave, he saw another one all black and white, and it seemed just as pretty as the first. So he took this one also. But then he saw a fuzzy gray kitten way over here, which was every bit as pretty as the other, so he took it too. And now he saw one way down in a corner, which he thought too lovely to leave, so he took this too. Looks like he can't really choose just one. Look at all the kittens. Look at all the cats. And just then, over here, The very old man found a kitten which was black and very beautiful. It would be a shame to leave that one, said the very old man, so he took it. And now, over there, he saw a cat which had brown and yellow stripes like a baby tiger. I simply must take it, cried the very old man, and he did. He's just getting more and more cats. So it happened that every time the very old man looked up, he saw another cat which was so pretty he couldn't bear to leave it. And before he knew it, he had chosen them all. I guess this guy pretty much favors all the cats. He can't choose which one's the prettiest, can he? And so he went back over the sunny hills and down through the cool valleys to show all his pretty kittens to the very old woman. It was very funny to see those hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of cats following him. The cats are following him. All in a line, too. They came to a pond. Meow, meow, we are thirsty, cried the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. Well, here is a great deal of water, said the very old man. Each cat took a sip of water, and the pond was gone. So this is the pond before the cats drank it. And this is the pond afterward. Just from one sip of water. Wow. Meow, meow. Now we are hungry, said the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. There is much grass on the hills, said the very old man. Each cat ate a mouthful of grass, and not a blade was left. Excuse me. So these are the hills before. The cats ate a mouthful of grass, which I don't really recommend they do. They must eat their food. If a cat eats grass, that's a sign maybe their stomach's upset. And these are the hills afterwards. You can't really tell, but they stripped the hills bare. Pretty soon the very old woman saw them coming. My dear, she cried, what are you doing? I asked for one little cat, and what do I see? Cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere, hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. Do you think the wife's happy that he brought all those cats home? Because he couldn't choose just one, he had to take them all. But we can never feed them all, said the very old woman. They will lead us out of house and home. I never thought of that, said the very old man. What shall we do? The very old woman thought for a while, and then she said, I know. We will let the cats decide which one we should keep. Oh, yes, said the very old man, and he called to the cats. Which one of you is the prettiest? I am. No, I am. No, I am. No, I am the prettiest. I am. No, I am, cried hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of voices. For each cat thought itself the prettiest. And they began to quarrel. Oh. Those cats are fighting. They think themselves the prettiest, so they're fighting amongst themselves. This poor old man and his wife. They bit and scratched and clawed each other and made such a great noise that the very old man and the very old woman ran into the house as fast as they could. They did not like such quarreling, but after a while the noise stopped, and the very old man and the very old woman peeped out the window to see what had happened. They could not see a single cat. "I think they must have eaten each other all up," said the very old woman. "It's too bad." "But look," said the very old man, and he pointed to a bunch of high grass. In it sat one little frightened kitten. They went out and picked it up. It was thin and scraggly. So this is them in the house because they were very frightened of the cats. Cats fighting each other. This is after everything's calmed down. You see the little kitten there? I think that's going to be the one. "Poor little kitty," said the very old woman. "Dear little kitty," said the very old man. "How does it happen that you are not eaten up with all those hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of cats?" "Oh, I'm just a very homely little cat," said the kitten. "So when you asked who was the prettiest, I didn't say anything, so nobody bothered about me." They took the kitten into the house, where the very old woman gave it a warm bath and brushed its fur until it was soft and shiny. This is a little kitten. Do you think it's really cute? I would hope so. And this is the old woman giving the little kitten a little brush. So cute. Each day they gave it plenty of milk, and soon it grew nice and plump. So this is the cat that they took. It's really thin and scraggly, and it keeps drinking this milk. Notice it's starting to get a bit rounder. And all the way up here is the kitten afterward, all nice and round and plump. By the way, I don't recommend you giving your cats milk. All cats are lactose intolerant. So you're gonna get a bunch of smelly diarrhea if you give a cat milk every single day. You should only give it what their vet prescribes them. Like, if they go on a prescription diet, they need the prescription diet, or if you just get regular cat food from the store, you just get regular cat food from the store. "And it is a very pretty cat, after all," said the very old woman. "It is the most beautiful cat in the whole world," said the very old man. "I ought to know, for I have seen hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats, and not one was as pretty as this." Aww. So as you can see, this is their living room. That's the man and the woman when they were younger. Down here's the little kitten playing with some yarn. Do you think they're happy now with this little kitten? I would hope so too. And this is the little kitten who says, "Good night." Good night, everyone. And I hope to see you next week. As always, thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. I hope to get a lot more views, but it's not that very important to me. It means just as much that you're all just tuning in and listening to me. So, see you next week.